Hi, Billy Mays here.
That's new.
Okay, we're back with more Terra Invicta. And yeah, you guys have scavenged.
Apparently a very good offer right now from
Apparently,
Jordan.
yeah. Gauntlets of Ogre Power. So you guys have scavenged from the debris left by the flotsam ooze to try to eat your ship, and have gotten a couple of magic items. It sounds like Deli is going to be taking the Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
For now.
Because there's not really anyone else good to give it to you.
Be the third time I've had these.
Yeah, right, yeah. And then Audrin is going to take the Amulet of Health, which immediately gave him, 24 more hit points? Which means he has the second most health of the whole group now.
I went from being the
weakest,
the scrawniest,
to almost the strongest. Yeah, you're 3 hit points away from Takewee.
Not the strongest, the sturdiest.
The sturdiest, yeah.
The chonkiest.
The chonkiest boy.
No,
Suddenly,
that's
Audrin
always Deli.
Dang it! That's not funny.
He says
small
as
in
he laughs.
stature, large in girth.
Indeed,
I'm not fat anymore, guys.
it's true.
But you are still a little older. You're a
You
teenager
exploded
now.
all the fatness out of you in one giant chaos magic blast.
And then
But Deli is still
Jello.
a teenager.
Right. But yeah, so you guys, the rest of the night is fine. You guys can get the rest of your rest in, and heal up just fine. But yeah, from there we continue on down the coast. And so this is what happens. The only random encounter I have rolled for the 14 days, between now and then, are, let's see, it's on the 8th day of the 14 days that are passing on this little stretch, which is January 2nd. Before it happens, is there any conversation you would like to have with an NPC? Anything you'd like to follow up on before we get probably what will be the last encounter of the day?
Deli does some curls.
Like you said, this is the part where the area where we're parking the boat.
No, so we can basically the next day the fog clears. You guys
Okay.
continue on. There are several days of peaceful nothing.
Okay.
Right. You have your Christmas vacation. It's very peaceful, and you can do whatever you would like until January 2nd.
Well, besides like doing captain
Normal training, yeah.
and normal training and such, I would like to make sure the ship is taken care of after that giant slide.
Yeah, so it looks like
actually, I was gonna say that night I would have flown. Audrin would have flown over to the Blue Nixie to make.
let them know.
Yeah,
Yeah, figure they
just-
weren't attacked by anything. They're fine. They were just worried about you guys.
Yeah.
They heard lots of booms.
Yeah, they heard lots of booms and probably sent a rowboat over. I was halfway there by the time the combat ended. But yeah, either way, Lavinia is just glad that you guys are fine. And nothing else really happened there. But then in terms of what were you saying before? You were like gonna check that. And you were saying,
make sure the ship is not.
Oh yeah, make sure the ship isn't damaged at all. And it's not really it's bleached some of the wood, but like other than that, its main goal was really to go on top of the ship, grab some people, and then drag them into the watery depths to digest. And it wasn't able to do that. So
Okay, so I just wasn't sure if it was like all of the wood is now acidic and it's dry rotted.
The ship is just gonna slowly rot. No, nothing like that. It again, the actual rules for that ooze were pretty lenient. It wasn't really causing mass damage. It was just it had specific things about corroding metal that was inside of it or hit it. And obviously hurting people that were inside of it. Other than that, I mean, there was ship debris that was inside of it that wasn't dissolved. So it really doesn't do a whole lot against wood. It probably has like a thin veneer of like polish or bleaching or something, right? That like signifies where it went. But other than that, it's fine.
Sweet.
So.
Okay.
Cool.
I would congratulate Tavi on a job well done.
Yeah, no, he did a great job. Yeah, so he nods, and Lyrith is kind of looking at him with like a renewed interest. And Tavi like nods to you and says, "Well, I feel like the pointers you gave me the other day really helped." And he obviously you can tell he means more than just shooting a bow or attacking things, right? just general
Yeah.
life advice.
Yeah. And as he's like doing that, I want to like go over to Lirith and like I'm like totally like I've got like 7 hit points left, and I want to
Yeah.
like grab her shoulders, just like, are you okay?
I'm fine, Takui. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. This happens all the time.
This is a Tuesday. Don't worry about it.
Part of the
Audrey, just
job
go-
of being, the heavy hitter, I guess.
Right. Of course. I'm sorry I couldn't be more useful. I didn't really have anything to throw at it.
Well, maybe that's something that we need to work on then. You need to be able to defend yourself. It's really important.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have been fine if I could have stabbed it with my rapier. I know enough about fencing to do that, but it didn't seem like that was going to be very helpful.
No, of course, but there are lots of ways for you to be able to defend yourself other than just a rapier that are important.
She nods.
And we need to spend some time doing that so this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, she nods again, like she feels. I think she's probably still just like traumatized enough by the combat that she's fine with whatever you're saying. She's not taking it as homework or anything like that. It's just like, okay, sounds good. You know what you're talking about, so.
Okay. Can I like say or do anything that's gonna like truly make a difference in her?
You could certainly try to say something extra than what you've already said and make a roll.
Okay. I just want to say like, I do want to encourage her a little bit and just be like, for the skills you did have, thank you for, what you did do. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would say anything else different than what I've already said. I
Yeah.
just want to like change her mind about like,
Yeah,
making
I
sure
feel
that
like
she
she's just like a little bit
understands.
too shell shocked
Okay, so I
to
need to like
really
take that in.
do more than just like nod fervently and not. She's not able to really soak in anything you're saying to her right now.
Well, then can I just make a general like persuasion roll for the next like couple of days to like get her to like try new things?
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna say, since like, are you having this conversation near Audrin and Tavi?
Yeah, it'd be like right there.
So Audrin would probably like make some comment about how Tavi's training has also like it's done massive improvement for him as well.
Encouragement time. Yeah, go ahead and make rolls.
So well, I was just gonna say that because I'm trained in persuasion, so that she would get advantage.
Yeah, because I understand like I'm not
For
going to change
her.
her mind right now, but that's why I said, can I just make a roll for the next like couple of days just to like give her some encouragement and say like,
Sure.
you can do this. Like
I
let's
might have
train,
missed something then. Audrin, how are you helping Takui with this?
I'm helping Takui because they're having that conversation, and Audrin would just pipe in.
Oh,
that,
okay.
with
For
the
some
point
reason,
that,
I thought you were
like,
talking to Tavi. Okay.
No. I mean, he's already had that conversation, but specifically with just like mentioning, yeah, Tavi's made a big difference just training with me for the short time we have. So
got it.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, 17.
17's fine. Yeah, I mean, you're not changing her world or anything, but I feel like definitely that encounter definitely made Lirith trust you more because you literally saved her and and even afterwards weren't blaming her for anything, just like encouraging her and whatever. So I think that generally that was a good moment for your guys' apprenticeship for sure. So cool.
That I want.
Anyone else?
I have a quick question.
Mhm.
Can I wear the gauntlets of ogre power and a ring at the same time?
Yes.
Okay, we're good then.
Yep.
I do have a small little scene. I don't really know if I want to play it out too much.
Yeah.
But talk to Kurgle.
Yeah.
Yes. So I kind of because he's a strong guy, right?
Mhm.
We determined that he's not getting these because he already has
18
strength.
strength. Yeah.
So I want to play it up. Like I go up to him like sometime during the day and I go,
So this is what it feels like to be you?
Well, I actually worked for it, so no, it does not what it feels like at all.
and she just kind of rolls her eyes and goes,
None of the
Well,
hard work, sweat, and tears.
You cried? You cried for your muscles? That's
So
so
probably-
sad.
And I can tell
So
that
probably-
you cried because you don't have any.
So probably what she does is she like not attacking anything, but she just like casually like just like there's a frostbite like in the middle of in nowhere, and she goes,
Sorry, I was busy figuring out how to do that.
He just
That's
shrugs
what I
like
work towards.
he seems very uninterested in giving you a rise in this moment. Like he's just like, okay, you can mock me if you want. I know that I actually worked for it and you didn't. So
yeah, she wasn't trying to mock him. She was just trying to make conversation.
yeah, I mean, he takes it as like silly braggadociousness that is uninteresting to him.
And I'm able to see that.
Yeah. It
I
doesn't seem
don't
like
know,
it doesn't seem like the dude has a good sense of humor.
I thought you were gonna like challenge him to like an arm wrestling competition or something.
No.
You go up to him. All right, it's time. I'm finally on your level. Rock, paper, scissors.
I would like to challenge him to an arm wrestling competition
Yeah.
with the same strength.
Okay. do it.
Give me a second. I'm trying to think of how she would respond
Opposed
to
athletics.
Yeah.
Audrey can drink so much better now with this
'Cause, like-
amulet.
that. Oh my god. Because my personality trait is I feel submit.
Nice. Beat him.
Yeah.
my-
Do I earn
'cause-
some respect?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Dope. That's all I wanted.
And he
My
doesn't seem
persona-
phased by it, right? He was just like, very well done, even after a fight. Impressive.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
For me, my personality trait is I feel tremendous empathy for all who suffer. And I know he's suffering right now. So I'm like, I'm trying to connect to him. It's like, and probably might be what Deli would say since she's not very charismatic. She's like,
Sorry, I was just trying to be friendly. And just...
walk off.
As you're walking off, he sighs and he says, Deli,
He turns around.
I didn't. Yeah,
Go
You're fi-
ahead.
you're fine. That's all he says, though.
Deli would just walk out. She's like,
Yeah.
just whatever. Try.
He didn't feel like actually like apologizing, but he wants to at least make some sort of an effort to be like, I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Just walk off.
Emily, did you have some?
Yeah. I would just say that over the next few days, I'm still spending a lot of the daytime on the Blue Nixie
Sure.
because I just feel awkward on our ship.
Yeah, and you were
With
practicing with
Nestor.
Doral, yes? The
Yeah,
scimitar stuff?
just hanging out over there, honestly, with the whole Blue Nixie gang.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like you probably end up feeling uncomfortable no matter which ship you're on, because Tolan is flirting outrageously with you the entire time you're over there.
Which I'm fine with that.
Okay.
That's fine. I feel more uncomfortable with Nestor because because like Tolan is happy to have me there.
Right.
But if I go back to like where
Nestor
Nestor
is conflicted to have
he's
you there.
not happy to have me there.
Yeah.
Even if he's not unhappy, he's certainly not enthusiastic about my company. So I'm just gonna kind of hang out on the Blue Nixie and train and just bond with Benedict, my brother.
Right, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, let's have a quick scene there. So Benedict comes over after you're like training with Doral, taking a break or something, and he asks, it sounded pretty terrible last night over there. It sounded like it was quite a fight. Looks like you came out of it okay though.
Yeah, that was not great. It really
Seems like an
kind of
understatement
caught
to me.
us off guard. Yeah, it was that ooze was a formidable foe.
I can imagine. I'm trying to think if there's any number of things he could try to strike up a conversation with you about, like to get to know you better, to build a rapport. Just trying to think what might be immediately relevant. Oh yeah, I think he says Merry Christmas, or belated Merry Christmas.
Oh, yes. Happy late Christmas. It was weird to not celebrate with all the children.
Yes, they made it a joyous time for sure.
Yeah, nobody sang any songs. It was weird.
Well, we could sing a song if you wanted. Hymn or two.
I'm gonna insight check. Oh, that's double crit fail.
Failure.
Wow.
He just wants to sing a hymn on behalf of his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ,
Okay.
Okay, since it's
What does it
Dragonborn,
mean when someone wants to sing a hymn with me?
We just
long
would
as they
like
don't
to
wanna sing
praise
a
the
her.
Lord together.
Exactly, yeah.
so if you're singing hymns to Dragonborn Jesus, is it the Skyrim music?
No, it is not.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I feel like it would at least sound like that.
Well, it would sound like that if you're Scandinavian.
Scandinavian Dragonborn Jesus.
Hey, it looks like Benedict isn't half bad at singing, at least today.
Oh, do I need to roll a performance
You don't
check
have to
too?
if you want to, but I thought I might for Benedict just to see.
I'm okay.
Yeah, so it's probably like Benedict's leading the melody and you're managing to pick up on some of the harmony every once in a while and fill in.
We must sing a topical hymn, of course. So,
of course.
Since I help out with the children all the time, obviously I encourage us to sing "Waves of Mercy, Waves of Grace."
Given that song won't exist for several hundred years, I doubt that's it.
But you know what song we have canonized?
It is.
Yeah.
It is
row your boat.
It's row your boat. It's not a hymn, Jordan. In this universe or ours.
How do you know? Do you know the original Moldovan version of it?
Actually, I do, and it's not about boats or dreams.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually a mining song, remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so
I remember that it wasn't about boats or dreams.
Yeah, exactly. It's a mining song.
Yeah, that's right.
We get this like slightly awkward rendition of some old Anglican
we just
hymn.
Sing together on
Literally,
the boat.
yeah, I think so, right? Wow,
how wholesome.
I know, yeah. He nods afterwards and I think Lavinia walks by at one point and gives you guys a look, and she seems to understand exactly what's happening here.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask. I wanted to go over to the boat and give a report to Lavinia.
Sure, yeah, you can be there too. Maybe both of you are like, you are giving a report and then suddenly they start singing and Lavinia looks at you like,
Well. That's the thing.
And she's almost like about to laugh. Like Lavinia's like biting her lip, like she knows exactly what's going on here, can see the vibes, and she looks at you to see if you get the same thing as she is.
Do I need to? Are you asking me to?
Well,
make
you
an
know what?
insight check?
Yeah, let's have you and Lavinia actually make an insight check. Let's just see if you guys do actually pick up on what's going on. 12 is probably not good enough to pick it up on your own.
I might be like,
yeah, Lavinia, I think, picks it up. So
I think it's enough for me to question me, but not really get it.
And so Lavinia says,
and probably while we're singing, like I'm not looking at him at all. I'm like looking out to the ocean, or like
enjoying God's creation, you know?
Yeah.
And Lavinia looks at you, Takui, and says, I think Mr. Delamere, or Brother Delamere over there, has a thing for Anna.
And Takeaway just says, I mean, they all have a thing for Anna. It's not totally surprising.
It does seem like almost all men are pining after Anna, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a little.
Or at least any
Which-
of the eligible ones. And I think she says
You just
that.
see Audrin on the
Yeah.
other boat, and he's like trying to balance a rapier on his nose or something stupid.
So I think is Lavinia says that almost as if she isn't like, for us as the audience, we understand that she's implying like maybe she picked up on some conversation with Audrin and Anna that obviously didn't mean that Audrin was interested in Anna, but maybe Lavinia took it that way. And so you've already gotten a 12 insight. I don't think you're very in tune with what's happening in this social
with
situation.
her and Audrin?
Yeah.
Because that's like a whole separate thing. though.
Yeah, that's true. You might have been able to pick up on other things before this. That's true. Go ahead and make another one.
Jeez. Oh yeah, I
21.
know. I
Yeah.
know she loves him.
Oh no, this is complicating things a little bit. Yeah, so you know when she says that, like she's kind of looking at Anna like, "Are you gonna steal my man?" sort of a thing.
And I think like Takeway kind of like looks at Lavinia and she just says something along the lines of like, not all men are interested in Anna, and Anna certainly isn't interested in all men.
Well, I understand that. She looks at you, sees the like discerning look in your eyes, looks
like,
down and blushes.
She says, "Listen, Lavinia, I don't know if Takeway says much.
Yeah.
I think she just says like,
Go for it, girl.
there's no need to, no, she wouldn't even say that because I mean she's just like she's not trying to like discourage her or anything.
Yeah.
She's like or be mean or anything. She's just like, I think maybe she even nods and says I don't know if I could say it as eloquently as Takeway would,
Mhm.
but like something along the lines of, if you want someone to be interested in you, it wouldn't hurt to just say it.
She like is biting her lip and looking at you like she's trying to decide if you actually know what she thinks you know or if you're guessing something else because she doesn't want to reveal it if you don't actually know. And I
Well,
think-
then she's gonna say like as she like bites her lip, she's just gonna go, Audrin's a great guy.
And she like closes her eyes and sighs and says, "Am I that obvious?"
No. I just like to think that I know you and Audrin pretty well.
You probably do at this point. I don't know what I have to do to get his attention, Takeway. Listen, I was raised in a certain way, and I don't have the disposition to just come out and say something like that. It just doesn't seem right somehow. I don't know.
I don't know. With that insight, I don't know if I could give her the proper advice to like get her to sway Audrin. That's the thing.
That would be probably a separate insight check, like a third one, right? To know what Audrin likes.
I mean, because I don't even know that he likes me. So
That's true.
like I don't know. Should I make it, Jordan? Can I make that insight check or
And now is the time for romancing NPCs, the part of the show where
I have to have at least 30 minutes of it every single
Of course, yeah.
episode, right?
Look, at least we're not wasting spells on it this campaign.
I think there's
yet.
enough evidence. I think there's like enough subtle evidence that you could at least gain an idea that might be the case.
Well, I mean,
That it
this
might be the
insight-
case.
this insight check
This
wouldn't
isn't-
even necessarily be for that. It would just be like, does Takeway know Audrin well enough to know what might like get his attention or pique his interest?
Not even necessarily that that would probably be
Yeah,
a whole
yeah.
separate thing to realize
Yeah.
that I qualify for that. but-
Fourth insight check.
Yeah, I mean, it would still be pretty difficult because that's not something Audrin really discloses.
Right, yeah, Audrin's a pretty closed off person. You can set the DC if you want, Audrin.
Yeah, I think I have a DC set in my head.
Cool. Yeah, just go for
Okay.
a Takeway. We'll see.
Sorry, I don't think it rolled.
Ooh.
I have no clue what Arjun
Wow.
which totally
Failure.
makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You're completely oblivious, which is exactly how Audrey
He's like,
likes to
I am
keep
so
it.
sorry, Lavinia. I cannot help you.
You know, I think
Yeah.
Audrey
You
likes
probably
the
just
shy, quiet type.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I think you just agree with Lavinia, right? You're just like, you're right. Like, he is a very enigmatic person.
Yeah.
Who knows, right?
Who knows? Yeah. And I think she probably just says, like, I don't know, just keep trying because I know that he's so closed off to love, right? Because of his past. And I don't know what he shared with you, and I won't share, but he just I think it just will take some time with him. So be patient.
That's good to know. I think I can be patient.
Well,
We see Lavinia walk by Audrey. Oh, I dropped my handkerchief. No. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. We probably
Sorry, I
just...
didn't mean to steal that whole scene from me. I just wanted to
No, that's
like
fine. I mean,
I
honestly,
also wanted to talk to Anna and be like, listen, you can't just like avoid Nestor this whole ship ride. It's gonna be a long couple
I'm not
months.
avoiding him. I'm giving him space.
That's not how Takui sees it.
Yeah. So does after this like sequence goes down, Anna and Takui maybe are leaving to go back to the
Yeah,
to the
I
ship
probably
together.
I'm like, that was a great time of fellowship, Brother Benedict.
Yeah, he nods. Kind of does like a handout, like I don't know if shake, hand, hug. No, okay, nothing. All right.
And I'm just like,
Bows.
oh, okay, bye. See you later.
He
And
just nods, doesn't say anything more, and walks away.
I go to Takui.
Yep.
That was weird.
Do you say that?
No. But I have that face on of like, I don't know what that goodbye was that kind of face as I go over to you.
Takui
And I'm
kind of
just
like
kinda, like,
raises an
shaking my
eyebrow and
head.
just goes like, everything okay?
Yeah, Brother Benedict was just being weird as we split apart. That was, I don't know, it's like he didn't know how to say goodbye to someone.
Someone he is interested in?
What would you mean by that?
Anna, come on, you know what I mean by that. She
No,
says as you
honestly,
like
I
pick her
really
up to
don't.
like just walk her across.
Yeah, as I'm cradling you in my arms as I jump down off the ship, walk, and then climb us back up.
Well,
I'm
we're really
kinda-
having this conversation as we're walking, but
Yeah.
yeah, she's just like, come on, you know what I mean.
What? No, he's like family to me.
I understand he's like family to you.
Yeah, like we're like family to each other.
No, to you.
What? No.
Whatever you want to say, Anna, you can be in denial all you want.
I mean, look, I'm in big denial. I got double crit fail insights. Like,
Uh,
no way this guy is into me.
Denial
No way.
is in Egypt.
I was I was holding back the urge to say that, Jordan. So thank you for doing it for me.
I already held back. I already let a pun go by way like at the beginning of the show. So
Yeah, so
Right,
I'm
let's
just
take that one.
emphatically like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's my brother.
This just sounds like in high school. I don't know what you're talking about. He's my brother in Christ. I'm
Yeah.
definitely not interested in him. He's definitely not interested in me.
Truly so confused of where you would even get that idea. Was that all you were trying to talk to me about?
Okay, maybe I'm wrong about that. Definitely not wrong about that. She like says in her head. But she says, but I do know one thing, Anna. You can't keep avoiding Nestor this whole trip.
I mean, I see him every night for watch.
I know. But I know the reason why you're coming over here every day.
I just don't want to be in his face all the time.
I don't think he cares if you're in his face all the time.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Does he
Did you
want her
ask
to
him
be?
that?
Oh, he cares.
I mean, I didn't directly ask him if he is bothered by me, the mere presence of my person being on this ship, but based on our conversation and the fact that the woman he loved, loves, is still alive and possibly coming to meet us, I didn't really think it necessary to ask that question outright.
Well, maybe instead of assuming, maybe you should let him make that decision. And then if he is, then sure.
Would he like be around right now or no?
No, he's on a different ship, Anna.
No, we canonically, I said that we walked down, climbed up to the other ship.
To Blue Nixie?
Like we're having this conversation as she is carrying me.
Yeah,
and we're, like,
I
walking over
did
to the
say
other
I
ship.
cradled Takui as I jumped down, walked across to the other ship, and
To the
climbed
Sea
back
Wyvern.
up. Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
because
I'm
we
saying
were on
I
the
don't-
Blue Nixie.
I know that. What I was just trying to say. Where else would he be? Of course, he's around.
Oh, okay.
That's all I was saying.
I was just like, I'm
There's
confused.
two
Yeah,
boats.
I was gonna say he's
in one
not
or
on
the
the
other.
other one. So
No, but just like, would he
Yes,
be
he's around.
on
Yep,
deck
yep.
as we are there?
Yep.
I would just literally right then and there be like,
okay.
okay, and walk over to him.
Cool.
And be like, Nestor, does it bother you when I am around you? Please be honest.
I mean, Takeway's just kind of like, as you like walk over, I was like, okay, I guess that worked. Cool.
Go ahead and make man, I feel like I want it to be like a charisma save because it's not even, it's just like how well does he take literally just the initial charisma save. Make a charisma save for me.
22.
Oh,
There we go. He is surprised by it at first, right? And it's just kind of like trying to think about it for a moment. And then he
And
says,
I just like, as he's thinking, I just go, Takui is convinced that you are not bothered by my presence. And I have explained to her that based on the events that have happened, it is kind of awkward. And I did not want to intrude upon your being.
he says, I think it's kind of you to give me some space, and the last few days have been nice.
I just like look over to Takui. I hope she's listening and heard that.
But I think Takui might have a point, and I'm glad she said something. I don't want there to be any real space between us. I don't feel any differently than I did before. I don't know what I'm choosing yet. I need to see her. I need to talk to her. I need to decide what path I want to choose. But you don't need to dance around eggshells. You don't need to dance on eggshells around me.
I don't dance on eggshells. I dance on ribbons, but that's fine. I just am kind of like, maybe it's not just all for you.
Do you not want to be around me either?
You can dance if you want to. You can leave your faith
I did not hear
behind.
if you
Sorry,
said
yeah, I
that.
didn't hear what you said,
Dance.
Caleb.
I was probably just too quiet. Do you not want to be around me either? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, kind of affects two people when someone who's kind of maybe possibly in a relationship then finds out that someone that he loved, and previously thought was dead is actually alive. That kind of complicates two people's thing.
I think you're right. I don't know if there's any way around this right now, and maybe the best situation is this. I'll go over to the Blue Nixie permanently, and you can stay here with your friends. And when we get to Far Shore and have had some space, we can figure it out then. What do you think?
And I'm just kind of like, I really want to be the kind of person who would say, no, don't do that.
I love you.
But but I think maybe that would be a good idea.
I agree. It was a nice thought while it lasted, and maybe it will still happen. But for now, I think this is goodbye in one
Okay.
sense or another.
That's like kind of a little extreme.
It's, I'll see you later then.
Still feels weird, but okay. And I also
Deuces,
just
punchy spiritual lady.
I'm
Like
not sure
bef-
how to not make it weird at this point.
yeah,
so.
no, it's just weird. But I also just want to say, like, I don't regret the fact that you know now. I still think that's the right.
I don't either. I think it
thing.
was the right move, and I'm glad you told me to do it. I'm just sorry that it ruined things.
Possibly ruin things.
Possibly
I'm still
ruined
not sure.
things.
And I just am kind of like, okay.
I'll go get my things. And then he walks down into the galley.
And I just like go to Takui and I'm like, are you happy now?
No.
Me neither.
Then why'd you let him go? I think Takeaway's just like over in the corner, like, don't let him go, you fool.
Because he still loves this woman. Maybe.
So he could love you more.
Okay, but he might think that now. And then what if he sees her and then he realizes he loves her more?
Then it's his loss.
Then it's my loss.
Takeway like nods. Well, then maybe it's best that you don't have to see him at all then for a little while. Maybe what he said is right. Maybe we just need some distance for a little bit.
Huh. I wonder what genius thought of that plan in the first place. Probably the person who was spending all her time on the Blue Nixie.
Yeah, but I mean, like you were complaining that things were awkward during your night shift. So
Yeah, and now who's going to be with me during the night shift?
Actually, good question.
Do we have to permanently switch somebody?
Well, it's not that like you have to switch anyone necessarily, but you will need to add someone to the crew.
Like, who's going to be on the crew?
Jax can take over it as part of the crew. The either Jax or Git.
No, I would not like to do watch with Git. No, thank you.
Yeah. I guess
we can't
Lyrith.
switch out somebody.
I guess
from...
Lyrith could be added. Or yeah, because
Lyrith
Lyrith isn't on
already
the
doing
crew.
watch.
Right, but like, what I'm saying is we need 7 people to run the ship.
Yeah.
And Nestor was one of those people. The first thing we need to figure out is who's actually being added to the crew. Lyrith could be added to the crew. Git could be added to the crew. Jax could be added to the crew.
It's just a crazy thought to me that the crew could change around so much without even the captain's like approval.
That's true. Well, yeah, I guess Audrin, you could technically put the kibosh on this and be like, "No, you are my crew member. I need you." But he probably comes to you, Audrin, and explains the situation in more general terms, and asks if he can be relieved of duty.
I think Audrin says, "Well, if that's where you're at, I'd rather have you go to the Blue Nixie than have duties that you're not privy to fulfill well."
I think that is the best course of action, Captain.
We will have to fill your spot, though.
I can help with that if you'd like, but I'm sure there's plenty of capable people on the ship who could fill my position.
Indeed. Who do you suggest?
He just says, I have to be honest, Captain. I don't know if I've taken the time to get to know anyone well enough to give you an answer to that question. My fault entirely.
Some crew member, he is good riddance.
Later on, Audrey's like, all right. Audrey has like a little captain diary, and he's just like,
Captain's log.
Okay, captain's log. I forgot that was a thing.
Institute pizza night. Everyone needs to know each other.
Well, that's it's literally basically like what it is. It's like, and
we have the ale for a reason.
well, Audrey's just like, work on team building nights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Implement trust fall.
Deli has to catch.
Anna has to catch him from the bottom of the ship in the water.
But this is the thing, right? Like it's not that Nestor doesn't know any of the crew, right? He just doesn't know any of the other passengers who might be upgraded to crew members.
Yeah.
So that's a level of
level
less bad, right?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just so anyway, Audrey just lets him go to do that, and Audrey stews on that for a bit.
What about Jack? You said Jackson?
Jax,
the one
dwarf
who's teaching Audrey how to
gunsmith.
shoot.
What would that entail if we added him to the crew?
It would just be
capable.
Yeah, he would be taking up some extra work. He would probably ask for wages at that point. But Lavinia could probably pay him. It wouldn't be that big of an issue.
Well, that's what I wasn't sure if we would just like trade him with a crew member of the Blue Nixie.
Can we just do that?
Yeah, but I don't necessarily want to add another random NPC.
I mean, you don't have to give him a name.
That's
just say
true.
that
I guess we
part of
can
our
just
crew.
say that. Yeah, but I feel like it's just more interesting to have the entire crew be made
Okay,
up
well,
of
I
NPCs
wasn't
that we
sure
know.
if you were going to force him to switch with Benedict.
Benedict isn't crew.
Is he not
worthy.
crew?
Well, he's not crew in the sense that
Cleric.
he's helping pilot the ship, right? Helping do anything on the ship. He's just there to heal people, right? Crew is people who are taking orders from the captain to do rigging and that sort of stuff. It's not that Benedict couldn't do that
I
because he
thought
can
he
take
was crew.
orders. It's just that we could do that if you guys wanted to, if you're more
No,
interested.
I mean, I think it would make most sense for like Audrey knowing Jax's capabilities and like they have a rapport that Jax would be the first pick.
Probably.
Yeah, I think Audrey would discuss it with Lavinia, and if she approves his pay, then
Yeah, I think she's fine with giving him some extra wages. Yeah, that's fine. Fine with her.
And like Audrey would obviously like explain the situation with her about him moving over.
Yeah, she's interested in what's happening there and makes a mental note herself to talk to Nestor, but
Does she take the opportunity to say anything to Audrey while they're talking?
no, I think she just decides to be patient.
Repressed love is the best kind.
Repressed.
I feel like we would have a conversation with Audrey though in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I don't know. That'd probably make things worse. But she's like, okay, all right. Maybe I can like try to like get him to like be interested in Lavinia. I don't know.
Wing woman. Oh dear.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Oh
right?
man, if it's like if it plays off the wrong way, Audrey might think that you're interested in him, and
something like that.
Oh dear.
I'm glad not to be included in this love triangle sometimes.
I don't think we've had Seth in a romance situation at all in any of our games, so
He's like, I'm making my character 7,000 years old. They can't be romance.
Inside stories. It's been a thing. No, not side stories, but like the one-offs, like random other.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
the
I
musical.
I don't know if that counts. Yeah, I was mainly referring to like main campaign stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, main campaign, no.
Yeah.
Main RPG, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, one shots. It's fair game. Everyone's going to be involved in a romance eventually. But
next campaign, I'm playing a construct.
Next campaign, I'm playing a shapeshifter.
And Emily said she was going to play a character with a construct fetish.
Oh,
remember?
Oh yeah.
Oh, my character would go through deconstruction.
Wonderful.
It's like George's character
He goes, blow me up, blow me up.
Yeah. Destroy me. But yeah.
My character's a sentient muffin.
Oh.
Alyssa, did Takewee actually want to have that conversation with Audrey?
Yeah,
Crying.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she would. I don't know that we have to like play out the whole thing, but just
Yeah, up to you
She
guys
would-
how far you want to take the conversation there.
Yeah.
You know.
I would just try to like say something along the lines of like I don't want to say anything about Lavinia. I want to say like something along the lines of like, Adrian, like I think maybe you should like consider like having like an
Opening
open
up.
heart and mind about things.
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 And Audrey's like, I mean, I thought I was pretty. Oh, it was Nestor, right? Nestor that went over. Who was it that went over, Caleb? It was Nestor, right?
Yeah, Nestor.
Okay. I'm
This
so
would
bad at
probably
these
be like
things.
sometime in between the 8 days, not even like right away.
Right. Well, so Audrey would be like, I thought I. You mean the stuff with Nestor? I thought I was pretty open about that. I was trying to be pretty understanding with him wanting to go over there.
Not Nestor. Audrey, like I think so. You know why Nestor left to the other ship? Yes.
What do I? Okay, I
In
was
general
told
terms,
in
so-
general terms.
He basically said Anna and him.
Would he even say Anna? Would he just say there's some?
Yeah, there's an issue with one of the other crew members. I don't want to get into details, but I think it would be better for
Yeah.
both of us if we had some distance.
Yeah, so Anya's just like, well, there was some sort of tension with one of the other crew members. I don't know anything about that. Do you know more about this?
Yeah, it's not really my place to say.
Go see this.
It's-
And I would like, can I roll insight for Audrey with that?
Oh yeah, sure.
statement? I just,
Okay, Audrey.
Perfect.
Audrey,
So Audrey
you think that Takewee and Nestor were having an issue?
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
Oh no.
Yep.
Why would he think that he and I never talked?
He got a 4 on insight. That's why.
Yeah, that's why I rolled it, because that's what I thought the direction might be going.
Okay, so then what does he say?
So Hadrian goes, I think like you and I think I understand you. Okay, yeah.
Wait. You? No. Me and Nestor?
Yeah, is there some beef with you two?
No.
Like, somebody stole your sweet roll. Sorry.
No, you. Oh God, you are so. This is what I'm talking about, Audrey. You are so incredibly dense when it comes to romance. It's Anna, you fool. Like, and she just like starts going off, and she's just like, "You're so like." Like I can't believe, like she just like starts going on a rant about how
That's
like you're
amazing.
so dense about love and like I can't.
What does Lavinia even see in you?
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Here's the thing, though. How out in the open is this conversation?
No, it would be like in his room.
Okay,
He's got a private quarters.
Yeah.
just wanted to ask.
No, and she would be like, like she probably wouldn't say Lavinia. She'd probably just be like, I don't understand.
Just basically saying about how Audrey is so dense.
Like you're
when it
so
comes to romance.
frustrating. Like basically.
Ooh.
Okay, so Audrey
And
just
she just says, like, why would you think me and Nestor?
well, like Audrey. That's the thing. Like Audrey didn't assume that it was a romance thing. He's like,
Oh.
yeah. So Audrey goes, romance. I thought that there was some sort of beef, like some sort of like argument or disagreement or bad blood. What is this about romance?
Well, you know what? You're still dense about it, and
Exactly.
it makes me so mad. You still don't get it. Clearly. You don't even know the fact that I'm talking about this being a romantic thing. Like that, like
So Audrey's like, okay, so I didn't pick up on that. Sure, whatever. But why are you so frustrated with this?
because Because, Audryn, there are people who care about you a lot, and the fact that you don't acknowledge it sometimes is really frustrating.
I think Audryn Insight is writing in this situation, and you can continue to have bad takes about everything that is being said.
Oh, God.
Is Nestor just there?
Past each other.
No, again,
I
this
think
would be
Nestor's left at this
sometime.
point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if Audryn heard that, no matter what he thinks it's about, I think Audryn just says, yeah, I think what Audryn says is, the last group of people that cared about me all ended up dying. Can you
Yeah,
blame me for being afraid of letting anyone else in?
No, I don't. But, Audryn, you can't run away from stuff like this.
Audryn goes, I don't know, I'm pretty good at running. That's kind of how I got into that's kind of was my entry point into the...
I can bonus action run.
Yeah, I can
It's a
bonus
skill.
Yeah. Want to see me run right now? I'll run around the ship. Want to see me do it again?
And she just kind of shakes her head and she just goes, yeah, this is again what I'm talking about. You just diffuse it with some humor. And it's just, I don't know, it just makes me sad for you. I literally lost everybody I love too, not to death, but I mean, I left everybody behind and I'll never see them again, Audryn. But I'm still open to the possibilities of love and all that comes with it.
Shoot, Audryn wouldn't take that any way but one way.
Mhm.
I know. That's what she would say. Is she
Go for
gonna
the
go
kiss!
with
Go for the kiss!
I don't know.
Always go for the
I
kiss.
don't think Audryn would go for a kiss.
Go for the kiss! I don't care!
I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Jordan, but that seems really bold.
Yeah, I mean, Audryn can be pretty bold, but he's bold to be deceptive and, like, to mess with people's minds, not to mess with their emotions.
Right.
I think Audryn just says, then what do you suggest I do?
I say, if you see an opportunity to go after something, even if you think there might be a chance, why not? And then I think she's just gonna like, at that point, she's just gonna like kind of start wrapping up. She's just gonna say, I think I've said enough and too much at this point. So I'm gonna head to bed. So good night, Audryn.
I think, dang it, Audryn would stop her.
Freaking crit or not crit insight, but 4 insight.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of like how Audryn would even do this. So I think, how far are we from the next, like?
So from what you know is going to be the next stop, you're still like
6 days
more than a week out.
I thought Oh yeah. Well,
So there's something, and a random encounter is going to happen on the
In
8th
8
day
days.
out of 14. So it's probably like day 6 at this point, right? Out of 14. So
Okay,
still
so
like
we have
another
probably
week.
another
8
8
days.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so so I think Audrin just I kind of imagine Audrin sitting down this whole time as they're discussing this. Or like he's pacing around or whatever, and then eventually sits down. So I imagine him like standing up and saying, "Take, we wait," and then like
As she
very,
like reaches for the door, she like turns around.
and then
Yeah.
he's got like his head down, and he's like really bashful about it, and just feel like struggling to get the words out. He's just like, "At the next port, would you want to get a drink?"
Can I make an insight?
Yeah,
Is that what this is?
I don't think Takewee needs to make an insight. That seems pretty straightforward to me.
Is it?
It could be.
How else could you interpret that?
It could be
Right
like,
after that
Buddies, we've gone
conversation you
drinking
just had.
before.
Okay,
Well,
but
it could
just
here's
had the
Okay,
conversation
make an
to
insight.
be
Make an
bold.
insight. I don't think it's going to be terribly
Here's-
difficult insight.
no.
Crit
But
fail.
I was gonna say, if she crit fails, then she probably
Right, of
thinks
course.
that it's like, oh,
It's
he
just
wants me
buddies.
to
I want to
mentor
talk
him.
about this more or something like
More
that. Yeah.
later. Okay. All right.
I
But this
really
got to
we're
be a
not going
DC
to a-
like. This got to be a DC like.
But we're not going to the
5.
port,
Yeah.
right?
You're not going.
Like, we're just
you're not stopping at a port. You're stopping at
Or
a ruin to explore it.
or maybe I don't know if he would say next port or like at the next stop or the next time we have like a break or something like that.
Yeah, the next time we're in a civilized port.
Yeah,
okay. Insight check.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, 13 is good enough.
Oh
Dang it.
crap.
Very complicated.
That
for Takewee
backfired,
right
didn't it?
now.
You need to be bold, but not with me.
I was like, there's all this information crashes on Takewee, and you see a complex mix of emotions on her face. She like
You know that if you go along with this and go after Audrin, you will probably lose Lavinia's trust forever.
ever.
Especially this soon after you just had a conversation with her
be
about
patient.
it. Like, yeah, that
Be patient. Let me get to him first.
it would be such a backstab.
No kidding. Jeez. Yeah, I think Takewee just
real quick. What's funny is a while ago when we were talking about the magic items, Gurno and Chad had said, give Lavinia half a fighting chance for like to give her one of the magic items. And I've just been staring at that while we've been having this conversation. Give Lavinia half a fighting chance.
Fighting chance.
Please, Takewee.
Oh, I'm trying. I was really trying.
I'm enjoying the chaos.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
And
I
you didn't even
think-
create this chaos.
No, I didn't.
I know.
Usually
I
go-
did.
usually
But
when
because I
chaos
was,
is
I
No,
was
I
genuinely
created
trying
this-
to hope that he would go towards Lavinia, like, you know, like I was trying.
It's such a trope too. This whole situation is such a trope.
I
It
know.
is. I can't remember what it is, but it is.
Takewee, I think, kind of like slowly like grabs like the handle behind her, and she just kind of like looks at him, takes like a deep breath, just says, "You really are dense," and then like walks out.
Oh my gosh! Roll for damage.
Yeah, that's
Emotional
That's
damage.
that's about the
bad.
harshest thing you have ever said to Audrin.
Oh.
I know.
Telling him to
my
go all out
gosh.
and then just slapping him down once he does.
You're not even going to tell him why he's dense?
That will break Audrin.
So
you
like
literally
here's
got
the
him
thing.
to open up and
I
then
know.
destroyed him.
So here's the thing. There is no chance now of Audrin being with Lavinia
I know. Well, okay,
anybody.
hold on. Okay.
Like,
all right.
like
hold
that's
on.
like
Yeah,
you like
that's-
the thing is like
you just destroyed
Yeah.
this man if you say
Yep.
that.
I know.
like
okay.
Audrin is like because Audrin was also already basically
Right.
swearing it off,
I know.
and now
I
he's like,
know.
well, now like there's like
Oh,
nothing.
but like the thing is, like I feel like Takui might say that because she's so frustrated with Audrin. Oh man,
Audrin didn't even do anything.
I know.
I know he didn't, but she had no idea you had these feelings,
Yup.
and then she's like,
Yup.
seriously, like if you had just
Oh,
literally told me
boy.
that even hours ago.
Oh my goodness.
Emotional whiplash. That's all I gotta say.
Yikes.
I think she and
Yay! This works out for me. I don't have to worry about romance anymore.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, just be the jaded care for the rest of the campaign.
it's like real life me. I can actually roleplay this character now.
That
I-
is just
What do you do,
God.
Takui?
wow.
I mean, she
think
still definitely says that.
Yeah.
But would you
sure.
end it at that, or would you
yeah,
have
I
enough?
think she would
win-
just walk out.
I know.
Would you have enough foresight to realize how poorly it would end if you ended it?
Well,
there?
yeah, exactly, because she doesn't want to like
Yeah, I think
Well,
Takui is
she-
good enough with people that she knows. What would
walking
happen
away
here.
just like
Yeah.
would not. This is something
There's-
Ari would do. Ari would walk away.
Oh yeah, Ari would 100%
Which-
walk away.
When
No,
she-
sorry. I'm trying to. Sorry, I said that knowing that that's what Ari would do and that's what Alyssa would do, but we definitely would not do that.
Yeah. As a reminder, Takui is actually good with people.
I know. So
No. Not saying. Hey, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Wow.
You know
Hey,
that's not what I
I
meant.
got married before any of you.
No, that's not what I meant.
That's the clip right there. Alyssa sucks people.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it is. You're right.
He also had a kid before any of us.
I think so. She would just like say that, and then she would like take her hand off the handle and like walk up to him and just be like, Audrin, what?
Uh,
I'm so confused right now. What? How?
so I think Audrin. What was that? What was that cove? What was that cove that we went to? That
Kraken's Cove.
Kraken's Cove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I said that that stupid declaration. Whenever,
If I get a crit success right now,
Audrin will admit that he has feelings.
well, no, that Audrin would have
Audrin
feelings, and Audrin would
canonically
realize
has
it.
feelings.
Yeah. So that was I said that in the moment that she was already down, right?
No, I was.
You were
about
like
to go
rolling.
down.
You were like rolling to save her. Like you're rolling to
Yeah.
do something drastic to like
Right.
make sure she stayed alive.
And so Audrin takes a big sigh and just like takes a chair by window. I assume there's a window in the
Sure, yeah.
so I think Audrin just takes a chair by the window, like takes a big sigh, goes and sits down at a chair by the window, and he just stares for a second and says, "Do you remember Kraken's Cove?"
Of course, I remember Kraken's Cove.
When everybody else was down for the count, and you were about to go down too, and I don't even remember what it was. What was it that I did that like was
You
it
had
a
like
shot
an
him with
epic,
an arrow.
epic crossbow shot. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw you were about to go down. I realized that I was repressing any feelings or emotions that I would have for anybody. I saw what was about to happen to you. and I didn't want to go
They
through losing
They
someone that
reminded
I
you of
cared
her.
about again.
Yeah, she like
I already lost my
nods.
old crew. And then he says, I already lost her, and I didn't want to lose you. And it was realizing that steadied my aim to take that shot. And I've been running from it, and I've been hiding from that. I guess I'm not quite as composed as I like to think I am.
Well, I had no idea.
Audrin chuckles and says, well, this feels ironic.
What does?
Audrin just like shakes his head a little bit. You came in here talking about how I had no idea and I was so unprivy to romantic things, and then
She just like chuckles and she's just like, I get it. Not like you're exactly an open book about it though. I'm sorry, I thought that your feelings might be leaning somewhere else.
all right, now can Audrin insight that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point she's like not trying to hide it. I think at this point.
Or is Takui planning on just telling him?
Not that Lavinia cares about him
Yeah.
because like
Yeah, okay, then 17 insight's pretty good. It's obvious at the very least that she's talking about someone else here, right? Either here or on the Blue Nexi. I'm not sure if there's anyone else that Audrin could even think of except for maybe Lavinia or Carla.
Well, I mean, he for sure knows that Lavinia has a thing for him.
Yeah, so that's probably where your mind goes. That seems like the most
Yeah.
obvious conclusion. Okay, she's talking about Lavinia.
Yeah, so Audrin just goes, do you mean Lavinia?
she like
Yes, thank you.
she like kind of like looks down and she just kind of like nods her head.
He's like, she's the one person that I know does have feelings for me.
Wait, you know?
Of course I know. How can I not? She's so obvious.
Well, I was trying to be polite earlier and tell her that she wasn't. I just thought that you didn't know.
It turns out that Takeweed's been the oblivious one this entire time.
Wow. And I think she says that. She's like, this is ironic.
Yeah, I honestly forgot. I honestly forgot that Audrin knew.
Yeah, so Audrin stands up and like just like shakes his head dismissively and says, "Look, I'm not going. I'm not. How would he say this? How would he say this?" And so Audrin says, "Look, Lavinia's a really nice girl, and she is very bold and adventurous, and I admire her for that. But for the same reason that no. Now, see, I'm trying to figure out like the reason why Audrin would go, or why Audrin had feelings for Takewee but not Lavinia, and I'm trying to figure out what that thing is. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase.
What is the difference between the two of them? Right? What does he see in one and not the other?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Takewee is an adventurer and Lavinia isn't.
Well, I think that's really what it is that like Takewee is, like Takewee is very capable and confident and able to take care of herself. And
But Lavinia pretty much is too. She just does it in different
Yeah.
ways, right?
right, but Lavinia,
Like,
Lavinia
it feels
can't-
sort of weird to be like, Audrey's just like, I just want to have a girl who knows how to kill people. That's
No,
what's
no, no,
attractive
no.
to me.
that's not it.
Yeah.
It's that Lavinia, if Audrin and Lavinia ended up together, then Audrin would feel compelled to settle down and stop adventuring.
Sure.
Because he
The
wouldn't.
life that he would want with one versus the other looks very different.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I mean,
so-
getting together with Takewee would mean you guys could try to probably tramp around wherever, right?
yeah.
But Lavinia is a noble woman, and yeah, that definitely looks very different.
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty realistic reason, because Audrin
Yeah.
probably just cares about his freedom too much.
Well, he cares about his freedom, and he also knows that Lavinia might be willing to sacrifice her freedom in order to be with Audrin, and Audrin does care about Lavinia enough that he doesn't want that for her.
Sure.
Well, and also the last time he was with a noble woman and tried to settle down, look where that ended up.
It's true, but I mean, at that point, the noble woman wasn't going to be inheriting anything and had kind of taken on the life of an adventurer
Yeah.
anyway.
Kind of. I mean,
yeah,
they were
kind
in a-
of though. Yeah, I guess she was a leader of a thieves crew, so there is a similarity there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in his best words, I think Audrin kind of explains that. And just that, he wouldn't want. He wants better for Lavinia than the kind of life that he knows they could have together. Presently. And then Audrin, takes a heavy sigh and just turns back to the window and says, and plus, I don't want my adventuring to cause what happened to Red to happen to anyone else. And then he just kind of turns his head slightly in the direction Takewee's in, but not, the thing where it's just that, but you're still kind of facing the wall.
Yeah.
So he does that and says, "That's why I haven't talked to you."
It's so interesting because I know exactly what Lavinia would say to you if you were saying this to her. So
Yeah, I think Takewee's gonna sigh and just say, "Listen, Audrin, trust me, it's not that I haven't thought about it. But I guess I just didn't know that you felt that way, so I
kiss Deacon.
never thought it was a possibility." And so I thought, well, if you weren't interested in me, I thought maybe and she's just she's just so conflicted right now. She's just
I love
I hadn't
the
even
complicated relationship
thought-
problems that are happening.
And so I think Audrin turns around and actually does look Takewee in the eyes and says, "Takewee, you don't have to like me. You don't have to be with me. You do what you need to do for yourself."
I think I just need some time to think is really what I need.
And Audrin does the side nod thing and just goes, "Yeah, we're gonna have plenty of time for that in the coming days, unless we get attacked by another, ooze." But
Did I just ruin this, Audrin?
ruin what?
Our friendship, the group, everything?
Yep.
Yes, now get out. He's like, "Yup," flies out the window. Nobody sees or hears from Audrin ever again.
Ever again.
I make a new character. No.
And I was like, Audrin himself didn't actually realize it until that moment. He's like, actually, you did. See ya.
Peace. Good luck without a captain.
The real question is, how is Takui going to make things worse with Delhi now?
I really
that's
have
true.
made everybody worse today,
Third
haven't
time's
I?
a charm.
Wow, how did
right?
that happen?
Just go insult Delhi for some reason.
Oh man, why is Take Me
I
the
mean, you
worst
didn't
today?
make my thing worse. You just
I think it is
Represented-
Takui cares too much about these people and is involving herself
just,
in
like,
their lives.
when it doesn't
right?
need to be
Yeah.
involved, right? Like that's the
You're
problem.
meddling, and you're doing it for very good reasons, but it still comes off as meddling to
It's-
them.
I mean, like my
Well, it's just
thing, like,
backfiring is what it is.
what like was a fine outcome, but I was still just like, told you I was right,
Well, you weren't,
but I
So-
was,
but you weren't.
but I was.
So I think Audrin says, "You haven't ruined anything. Takeway, I didn't imagine that I'd be with that I would be. How would you say this? Yeah. So I think Audrin says, Takeway, I have some pretty good luck, but I don't even think my luck is good enough to end up with you. So
She blushes.
so he shrugs and says, or, I don't know what I was doing. This as if I was holding a rapier. I just had I'm just used to the idea of
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to kill you now.
Anyway, time to die.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Fire blast. No, that wouldn't work on her. So, what was the next part I was actually going to say? So I think Audrin says, and honestly, I was wrestling whether or not I was going to say anything anyway. So,
Yeah, and I pushed you to say something, apparently.
and Audrin was like, "See, and you didn't know," and I was pretending to not to reveal. I was doing my best not to reveal anything and pretended everything was fine. So I think we can just kind of, keep moving forward. It'll be fine.
That did not sound very confident.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, I mean, so I don't.
We just kind of looks at him and it's just like, a couple things here, Audrin. One, I don't know if I could ever hurt Lavinia that way.
Yeah.
And well, I guess that's really the main thing. But I mean, the other thing is that I'm kind of, I don't know. I haven't really told anybody what's going on, but me and Deacon might have something.
Does Audrin know Deacon?
Yeah.
Okay. So then Audrin goes, yes, you and Deacon. This is great. This is fine.
And she's like really confused. She's just like, so I'm confused. So you like me, but you don't want to be with me.
and
Now
so
I'm
Audrin,
really confused.
Audrin says, no, that's not it.
Well, Audrin, maybe we both just need some time to think. You think about what you really want, and I'll also think about it as well.
And Audrin says, Takui, I already know what I want.
And what would you want in a perfect world? What would you want, Audrin?
In a perfect
Just
world,
for
I want
once.
you. In a perfect world, I want you to be safe and to have a good life. I want you to be able to have the family that you want to raise, and I want you to be able to be with them.
And here no. That is not an answer, Audrin.
How is that not an answer?
It's not an answer because it's not Audrin making a choice, right?
Yeah, well,
you're
no,
still
okay.
right. Yeah,
basically.
I'm definitely seeing what Takewee's seeing here, right? Like Takewee is saying, like you're still abdicating from having to make a choice. Like I'm asking you to make a choice. You can't try to play it both ways and let me decide.
No, but like what Audrin is saying is like if you want to be with Deacon, go be with Deacon.
No, and she gets that, but at the same
Okay.
time, she's also needs to know, like,
Do you
'Cause
actually
if
want
you
her
don't-
or not?
right, because
Yeah.
like you're kind of like it sounds
Okay.
like you're like really
Oh, good.
not,
I don't have to pursue you. Go be with Deacon, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's
like that's how she's taking it. So
okay.
I don't
so-
know. I think that's just where we got to leave the conversation. I think Takewee's just like, I think we both just need to cool down, process this whole thing.
Takewee's realizing her hair is flaring up.
She's not mad. She's
I
just
know,
like,
just because they would be an ironic thing.
I just
cool
feel, I think
down.
she's like, we're just talking in circles here at this point, and you're always going to be a friend to me. You're always going to be someone I love and I care about. And so maybe we just need to just hit a pause button. And when you're ready to really tell me what you think, well, pause buttons, I guess, haven't been invented yet.
Yeah.
You just say,
Um,
we just need to pause.
We just need to pause. And when you're ready, tell me to start the next sentence. And we will. And she just like walks away. I think she says like, yeah, like let's put a period on it right now and like
We can start another sentence later.
sentence later.
I just have it in my head.
That's what that.
I just have it in my head that Takewee leaves Audrey's room and she comes out. She sees Deli and
And I think she's just like, not now, Deli. And that probably makes her day worse, right? That's how I ruin everybody's day.
No, I wasn't actually meant to make it worse. It's just like the idea of like now it's necessary.
I
No,
want to
but
go on
probably
a.
me shutting you down, like at the moment, right? That
It's
probably
my turn to
ruins
go
your
on a
day.
life-changing adventure with Takewee.
I mean,
So I assume like it's close to the evening and Audrin's about to go to
Yeah.
sleep. So Audrin just like shakes his head and says, "See, this is why I don't talk to people about these things." And then he pulls out two of the knockout poisons and just downs two of them and lays down on his bed.
It's not NyQuil, Audrin. You're ingesting poison.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever
boy.
gets the job done.
Apparently.
Well, that was way too intense for me today.
Wow. Goodness gracious.
Not my fault.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, it's the dice's fault, really.
Yeah.
it's
well,
nice to watch chaos.
I was
happen.
really
It's-
hoping that Audrin was just going to get a good insight, or I'd get a really bad insight,
Yeah.
and we could just push it off till later.
No.
It is really nice
Ugh.
to see the chaos happen and it not involve me.
Mhm, mhm.
It
Yeah, so I
must
think
be
bef-
nice. It
before-
must be nice.
Before we get
have role
to
play on your side.
before we get to after show, I think the very last thing, like the epilogue, we kind of end with to kind of cliffhanger the session is we wake up the next morning, the boat or whatever 2 days have passed, and the ship is continuing on, and Audrin's at the wheel, maybe just like thinking about what happened, right? And then he's kind of daydreaming, looking off into the distance, and from the ocean side, not the coast side, he sees another of the like wind funnels. And because you saw one of these earlier down up the coast more, and then it just kind of faded away, right? And you thought it was weird before, but now you realize it's headed straight for the ship. And it's very unnatural. Like, it doesn't look like normal weather. It's out of nowhere. Suddenly, like a weird wind water tornado is headed directly towards the ship. What do you do?
I go first. I immediately run back to the Jinn and see if he knows anything about it.
Yeah, you just like turn around, say, Harpo!
What's
and
that?
yeah, Harpo takes a look over and he says, oh, yes, he wants me, no, trying to think of how to cliffhanger this. Me.
Oh, that's my cousin. He doesn't like me.
It was going to be something basically like that. He says, "Oh, that's Rashad. He hates me. He hates me." And then we just see the funnel like get. It's going so quickly that it just gets to the ship before you can really even do anything, Audrin. And then stepping off of the tornado is a djinn, right? An air genie.
You really roll another
I
djinn?
rolled another freaking djinn.
So you're like, fine, we're gonna
I'm
fight
like,
this
fine,
one.
we're gonna do the djinn encounter. So it like steps off of it onto the boat, holding a giant honkin' falchion, and then like points it at you, Audrin, and says, "I've come for the married." And then we cut there. There you go. That's Terra Invicta. Lots of fun stuff happening. I'm excited for next time, but we'll go ahead and call it there, do an after show, and be done. All right. Adios.